Thank you for tuning into another segment where we have entrepreneurs coming on to share their aha moments. Today, I have two dynamic film producers on our segment. So I want you to buckle up your seatbelts because they're going to share their aha moment. You are now plugged in, tuned in, tapped in to Outside the Box. On tonight's segment, it's called Creatives, When Nobody Believes, because I have two dynamic individuals that decided to step out and do what they believe to do, and that was create. I have to my right, which is Courtney Glaude.
Hello. I'm the one that just messed you up on the intro.
That's okay. And I have Jaeloni Mc Donald to my left.
Oh, what's up?
And I want each of you individually, first you, Courtney, to tell me a little bit more about yourself and what all you do.
Well, my name is Courtney Glaude. I am a filmmaker, writer, producer from here in Houston, Fifth Ward. I'm a dad. I'm engaged. I got a whole life out here.
Okay.
My film came out in March 2018, titled Blink, and now I'm working on another feature film right now.
Okay, well, actually, we have a little segment from Blink.
We do.
Check it out.
Having someone love you unconditionally, it's amazing. Everyone can't have that fairy tale.
It's not out of anger. It's because I love you.
Baby, I can see light when I look in your eyes.
Man, that's dope.
Yeah.
That is
appreciate
definitely
it.
dope. And without further ado, because I definitely want to get into the questions, I want to introduce our other guest tonight. We have Jaeloni Mc Donald from Brothers Forever Productions.
Thanks for having me.
Yes. Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Jaeloni Mc Donald, born and raised, Fifth Ward.
Man.
Owner of Brothers Forever Productions. I produce, write, direct, edit, all of the above.
Right.
On projects, and we actually filming 2 movies right now. We already filmed one Pawns, and we have the VI series online.
Now it feels really awkward with me asking you these questions,
'Cause you
being
know
that
all the answers
I'm
already.
the casting director, but
Absolutely.
you still a boss in your own right, and I definitely want to introduce the world to you, at least those that haven't been introduced to you, so that they can, see that you walked into your aha moment and now you stepping into your calling.
All right, appreciate that.
So before we get any further, I have a clip. Check it out.
English or math?
Is that something I can help you with?
Yes, ma'am. I'm a police officer. I see these kids running around here.
No, sir. Our campus is closed.
We got a situation. Shit, man, this shit was supposed to be easy. We all in this shit together. So here's the game plan. Teachers, kids, everybody, if they got to go, they got to fucking go. Are we clear on that?
Man, I ain't down to kill no kids.
You ain't what?
doing, homie? I don't know who the fuck you think you are, who the hell you think you dealing with.
Can somebody please tell us what's going on?
I feel much better than for a lot less.
Look like Fifth Ward is producing some magic right here in Houston, man.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting around two greats right now. Thank you guys both. Let me first.
That's dope. I
say
didn't even know my
thank
man was
you.
from Fifth Ward, though. That's
Sure.
dope.
Waco and Book.
Yeah.
Oh, he on the other side. We don't go over there.
Okay.
No.
I don't know. I'm Mo City. You know, I'm Mo City sitting pretty.
Ain't too far. No, we go over there. We ain't too around the corner. I'm Russell and Lee. He right around the corner.
For sure.
All right. Now, both of those clips were awesome, and I'm thrilled to say that I know both of you personally. You both have inspired me, just stepping out into your own zone and becoming your own. Now, I want to ask you, Courtney, what inspired you to even want to start writing in the first place and producing?
Well, writing, I've always been like a writer. I just didn't know it at first. Like when I was a kid, my mom would tell you, like I never went outside. I'm not like the athletic guy. So it was either cartoons, movies, and then writing something. When I got in like high school, it was generally like I started like writing stories, but like, you know, nobody told you could be a script writer. Like that wasn't the topic like at all. So after high school, I went to HCC, and I flunked like everything. Like everything I flunked like everything, like horribly. And then when I went to the counselor, she was like, "Man, what else you like to do? Like you got a trade?" I was like, "Nah, I like to write." And so she read a story that I wrote, and she's the one that brought it up. Like, have you ever thought about being a screenwriter? And I was like, "What's that?" And then she gave me the formula. And since then, you know, I ain't go back to school. I just kind of like dug in and put it together. So
It's definitely outside the box.
yeah, so you know.
Absolutely.
So you've been grinding, getting it ever since,
Yeah,
right?
ever since then. At first, I kind of pushed back on it. I think writing was a gift. Like I feel like writing was like a God-given gift. Like I didn't practice writing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then I jumped into music because music seemed. I still didn't understand film, so music seemed tangible. You know what I'm saying? Like write a song, go perform the song, get paid for the performance. With films, it's kind of like, you know, like it's a whole structure. You don't know all that stuff. So
Right.
jumped into music, but then I noticed like when it was time to do our videos, I was more excited about when I would write songs thinking about the video, not thinking about the song.
Right.
And then I started developing and producing our videos. And, you know, it kind of just grew from that.
Evolved.
Yeah, from that totally. Didn't make no money doing music, but as soon as I switched over, game changed.
Game
Like,
change. Speaking
Game
about
change.
game change, and I'm gonna move on over to Jaeloni J. Do you mind if I call you Jay?
Come
during
on
the
now, you
show?
know me 20 years. Yeah, call me Jay.
20 years in the game. Yes, he
Yeah.
is my friend in real life.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So, speaking about game changing, you also have produced your own movies. You're still in the process of producing a series. Tell us a little bit about Pawns. Pawns was actually, I didn't show the clip of Pawns, but Pawns was actually the movie that sold out most recently in June at the River Oaks Theater.
Yep, Pawns was a movie that is based on people using kids as pawns in relationships. Onney, the CEO, was the casting director, along with my fiance Tasha and K&N Management. Shout out to K&N Management. But like him, man, I started with music too. Like, you know, I started a music background, traveling with Silk and No Limit and them, and it left a real foul taste in my mouth. You know, so I actually started writing music and telling stories in the music, and then when I wrote my first book, the 6 series was actually a book at first, and I reached out to Borders, and they gave me some retarded numbers, like a 70-30 split they weight, but I had to pay for everything, and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. And I reached out to a bunch of people to try to make it a film. I had a buddy of mine named Slay, Sean at the time. We tried to make it, and it just didn't, you know, it could never work out. Like, he could never find that free time to do. He wanted to do it, but he could never get the free time to do it because life happens. You know what I'm saying? So I just wasn't willing to give up. So I just went out, got some cameras, started filming, bumped my head a few times, but I had a lot of mentorship along the way. Like I learned from a lot of people as I go. Some people left a foul taste in my mouth. Some people today are still like in it with me, and we still out here getting it, you know? So it's a blessing.
Now, when you decided to produce films, especially with having a history in music, and I know you have been doing producing videos as well, what made you decide that, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do film, like branch off from music to film? Where were you in your life when that happened?
Man, honestly, producing film, I felt like I didn't want to have nobody else's, how can I say this? I kind of want to take control of my own stuff, you know, and with everything else. With
You
music,
wanted creative control.
I wanted creative control to tell my story the way I wanted to do it, my creative vision, how I wanted to do it. But at the same time, I had to learn how to accept other people's creative vision also, because at first you get so stuck in what you wrote that you don't want to change it. And you have to learn to take creative insight from other people. And I learned that along the way. It was a lot. I ran a lot of people away from me, but I learned a lot from people like Clear Quality Media, Mo, Jason Thibodeau, Tony Callis, my fiance Natasha, you know, my brother. When they start talking to you, because a lot of people don't want to talk to you when you stand off like that. They be like, man, he's stubborn. I ain't fucking with him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it take a lot.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
not
shit.
censored.
Yeah, you
It's not
heard
censored, babe.
Oh man, I've been trying to be politically correct.
This is an uncensored show. You
Thank
do
you.
your
I
thing.
appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man. We got
Shout out to Courtney Glaude for keeping it.
Oh man, I tried.
Nah,
keeping
you
it inside the
you
box.
gotta tell me.
You can come out the box.
My
So we
bad.
can
Come on
just
out, man. You
keep
from
it
Fifth Ward,
1,000.
man. She knew when she had us on this show, it was gonna be like
man.
that.
I show. Okay, I can relax.
Breathe.
Nah, man.
But filming is a passion. I love filming. I ain't gonna lie. I enjoy it. I enjoy getting behind that camera. I enjoy seeing the vision. It's a lot of chaos in between, but at the end, when you see that vision come, it's nothing like it.
I'm telling you, man, just that 3 seconds of seeing my name come across the screen
Come across
as the
that screen, the
casting
casting
director.
director.
Yeah,
I had
yeah.
my chest like, okay, that's me right there.
Absolutely.
My
Yeah,
daddy
for
was proud. So that's definitely a proud moment to see you all's vision manifest. Now that you guys have broken into the industry, your names are making waves. People are recognizing who you are. If not your name, definitely your project. Just like when you walked in and I said Blink, he was like, oh man, I heard of Blink. So it's almost like people are recognizing your work, even if they don't recognize your face. How has that changed the dynamic of your relationships and the people that you deal with?
In the business or personal?
Both.
In the business, for me in the business, it's been a really great thing or a really horrible thing, depending on who you're dealing with. Producing a film that is successful puts you in this certain light, so where people look at you in this certain dynamic to where they either, one, start blowing you up because they want you to do the same thing for their film and it's appreciated, or two, they feel like they hate you. It's jealousy is an incredible drug. So it'll you might be the coolest person. I'm the coolest person ever. But I get a lot of weird comments about, like, people will be like, oh, well, he wouldn't work on this or he wouldn't work on that now, as if like I became this untouchable person. I'm like, I've always been cool. So it depends on the perception. For me in the business, it's been weird. And Houston is a weird film city anyway. It's very cliquish. It's very cliquish. So if you want to link up with this person and you don't take their whole team, you might not get what you need to get done, in a sense.
Right.
Personally, it's been great. It hasn't really affected me personally. I have a small group of people that I love, and they loved me before I put out this film. So it don't need to grow or shrink at all. So
Amen.
basically, yeah. So it's been cool.
Yeah.
How about you? People treat you different, look at you different, other than having a
I'm
hand
an
out?
asshole, so I don't care.
Yeah.
Like how you treat me. And what I learned is that when I stepped into this film industry, a lot of people tried to, I ain't gonna say no name, but a lot of people tried to take advantage of situations like me not knowing stuff, me not understanding what's going on. And I got a guy sitting at a table telling me he's gonna charge me $10,000 to film my movie, and he got one camera. And I'm like, okay, but I don't know no better.
We ain't talking about no sound. We
talked about nothing. And that's how they came at me. And once I started getting out there and I started getting myself, like, we just went and bought our own equipment. The first set of equipment I bought, somebody stole it. You know what I'm saying? Then I bought it again, and it got messed up. It wasn't the right set of equipment. Actually, somebody took advantage of me and sold me stuff I didn't need.
Wow.
So it actually wasn't the right stuff. But working with other producers in Houston is really hard because, I mean, listen, niggas be hating.
Man,
I'm just gonna keep it 100. And it's a very far and few in between people that actually look at your success and be like, I want to be like that, instead of trying to tear that down. Like, I got bro like Mo from Clear Quality Media. Me and him used to talk all the time, and I'm like, bro, you've been doing this a long time, and I don't think people, what you're doing in your projects, like you work for other people, right? But you shouldn't have to, because they don't appreciate your work. Like, you come here and you make their vision come to life. Without you, their vision couldn't come to life. You know what I'm saying? And they don't appreciate that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And now he's even at a point where he's like, you know what? I'm filming my own film, because he has a catalog of movies that he wants to film, but he never did them because he was always filming somebody else's stuff. And now he's one of the people that actually looked, and he called me the other day, like, we hadn't talked for like 6 months because we allowed a lot of them people that me and him were just talking about to get in between us, and it caused a rift. So when we finally talked, he was like, bro, you know what? Yeah, we not going to do that no more. I'm going to keep the conversation between me and him, but he was like, yeah, we're not going to let that happen no more. You know what I'm saying? And now he's filming his own film, and he's stepping out there doing his own thing, and I think that's great. You know what I'm saying? I think that's a great thing to see I'm willing to work with anybody, but I ain't going to work for none of you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I work with all of y'all. I work with all of y'all, but I ain't going to work for none of you.
Right.
And if you can't come to the table with that same attitude, then ain't nothing for us to talk about.
That's my thing. I come to the table with tools and not with my hand out. Let's build.
I ain't doing
We're
it.
going to chill together. We're going to build together. I'll say that again. So now that you've become established and you have projects going on, now, I saw that in certain clips of your other clips that I went back and watched, that you were also in front of the camera, and you two both have been on the opposite side of the camera where you weren't directing. You want to tell me a little bit about that? Were you acting prior to filming, or did you just kind of direct and put yourself in that?
I was open to it. I just love being behind the camera more. So I'm not wasting a lot of time on male characters that are around my age when I know I can act. So it's like, once I do a couple castings and can't find that person, I'm like, well, I know this character the best. I know all characters the best anyway. So if I can, a lot of times, as you've seen, the things that you have seen, it would be lack of finding what I wanted. So then I'll like step in and do it. But not like, I'm not casting myself first.
Yeah.
Not at all.
You're natural.
Yeah, I'm chilling.
And what about you? I believe you were in Onney, right?
I was in Onney. Yeah. That was my first. That was my first taste of the acting thing, and part of me jumping out I got tired of going to auditions. Like, when I lived in LA, when I was with No Limit, I go to audition. I felt like cattle, man. You go in there, they tell you take your shirt off, turn around, read the lines, and leave. I'm like, what? Like, and then it's the constant. First of all, they already know who they gonna pick when they walk in there. You know, this casting director, this agent of favor, and if you don't have an agent when you go, they know who they gonna pick. You know, so I told myself I ain't auditioning for nobody movies no more. I'm gonna hold auditions, and I'm gonna be a little more open to it. Like, if you come into our audition, the roles are there.
Yeah, the roles that I put there are there.
Yeah. It's not they're not secretly belonging to somebody else. The roles are there. If you're good enough, you can get that role. Like the movies we filming right now, I want to be in them so bad.
Right?
I want to be in them so bad.
Especially that One Way Out.
That One Way, no,
Karma.
I want to be in Karma so bad, but I found somebody that's better at that, and it's a better look. So why not? You know what I'm saying? Give somebody else that opportunity.
Yeah. I second that. People always ask me, why you don't act? Well, you should be in the movie. Everybody else is in the movies, but I just love being able to say, this is a person with potential, and this is a person
Yeah,
that can
giving people the
do
opportunity.
this, especially
Yeah.
if it's someone who's never acted,
Mm-hmm.
or just giving them that opportunity. Sometimes it's life changing for them. It's been people that I've casted for a role that have never acted, and now they're on their 6th, 7th film because they had that taste, and all they needed was someone to say, "Hey, you got something, kid," or "Hey, you got something, ma'am or sir," to push them in that right direction. So I commend both of you guys for creating opportunity for young people like ourselves
Right.
to follow their dreams. Now, I want to ask you: is there anything that you would have done differently now that you have a few movies under your belt?
I wouldn't say I would have done things differently because I believe our struggles make us stronger. So I'm not gonna say I would have done things differently, but I think my head bumps. I bumped my head a lot along the road, but I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? It's a learning curve. I'm not tripping. I've lost a lot of. I would say I lost a lot of friends, but if they're gone, then they wasn't friends.
Right,
So
right.
I lost a lot of people that I guess they wasn't supposed to be there. You know. So I just keep moving. I'm not tripping. As long as my foundation is still solid, my brother's still in the picture, my fiance in the picture, and her family is a fantastic supporting cast. Like, they jump in head first. I'll be like, oh, you want something? I'll be like, damn, that's more than my family do. So, but it's
beautiful.
It's a beautiful thing. I ain't gonna lie.
It is beautiful. Now, is there something that you wish you would have did different?
No, the only thing I wish I would have jumped out earlier.
Yeah.
I wish I'd have just, instead, I kept thinking I didn't know what I was doing. But even when I started doing it, I still didn't know what I was doing. When I started Blink, I didn't know what I was doing. But I learned better. I figured out that I learned better by doing instead of just somebody telling me what to do. So I wish I'd have just jumped out earlier. Other than that, no.
That's how I am.
So
I'd
it was,
rather
for both
bump
of you
my
guys,
head.
it was really like on the job training. Now, did either of you go to school for film?
Nah, I
No.
played basketball in school, and you know where I went after that.
Yeah. Speaking of that, now, did you know before you went away? Because we know that also you had to overcome. You did some time in prison.
Yeah.
I couldn't even get it off my
How
tongue.
you get it off, man?
You had went away in prison. So how was that recovering from that after you had been playing basketball, after being signed with No Limit, then having to go do a stint like that in the Fed?
It was humbling. 8.5 years. It was a humbling experience, but I'm gonna say this: when I came home, it was only one or two things that was gonna happen. Either I'm not the 9 to 5 type. Like, I'm not gonna sit around because I always feel like I'm the smartest person in the room. So when somebody talking to me and you say something that don't make sense, you can see it all over my face. My girl tell me all the time, like, you need to learn how to hide your expressions.
Right, you
'Cause I
can't do
can't.
that.
I just be like, what the fuck is you talking about? You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So I knew I was gonna do it, but coming home from prison, man, like, actually, I ain't gonna lie. If I had not went to prison, I would have never did this.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Prison kind of set me down this path because I need to find something to do with myself that was hustling, that was grinding, that was legal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was
Yeah.
legal, because if I
Yeah.
had not, there's no way I would have stuck with a 9 to 5 and been like, listen to some dude, tell me you need to go do this. There's no way I would have done it. So this was my way of like, okay, and then plus I'm one of the people I don't want to die and leave my kid debt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I want to
Right.
leave them
A
a
legacy.
company, a legacy or something,
Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
building that. My kids be out there. You been with them? They be out there filming.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
be having the camera.
Yeah. That's what's up. One thing that you said that I would tell any filmmaker or anybody: if you don't have hustle, this ain't
Nah, it's
this
not
ain't
for you. No.
And it's like I got my hustle from my mom. My mom and my dad were hustlers legally.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever that thing is, that's what I apply to my company. It's
Yeah.
the same hustle. It's just focused on something positive. If you don't have a hustle, you
Yeah.
cannot be an entrepreneur.
No.
It is
And
not
everybody's
about being
not
smart.
hustlers though.
Right.
It's not for everybody.
It's not for everybody. It ain't about being smart. It ain't about no degrees. It's about a hustle, because there is no day off ever.
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 Right.
Mentally, you might not do nothing.
Yeah.
But you gon'
The
something.
accountability is gonna still be there.
It's still mentally
It's
there.
crazy. I was just having that conversation with someone, and I told them the exact same thing. I say, listen, everybody's don't have that hustle gene. You know what I'm saying? You might be put on a road for success, and that don't mean that you're gonna make it, because you might not have that hustle gene in you. You might have everybody pushing you to make it. They might pay for your college. They might do all of that. As soon as you get out of college, you just I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta have that hustle in you.
Yeah. Well, I definitely would love to keep this conversation going, but it seems like our show is about to come to an end. I want to thank both of you guys for coming, for sharing a little bit of your story, your aha moments, your journey to success.
Hold on. You can't cut us off. We got to plug the movies up. Come on,
Yes,
man.
I'm going to get to
We gotta
that.
plug
I'm
the
going
movies.
to
Okay.
give you a chance.
Okay, go with it. Because I'm going to make sure we going to plug these movies.
Yes. So I want you, Courtney, to tell us where we can follow you, and if you have any projects coming up, anything you want to promote.
So, and you can follow me under my name, Courtney Glaude, on everything. There you go. Oh, I looked. He told us not to look up. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It's right here on the screen. You can find my movie Blink on Amazon.
And we also have his website.
And my website is CourtneyGlaude.com. It's also the link also on there. The film that I'm working on this year, I cannot. I can. So well, it's starring Monique, the actress. So it's different. I have been blessed to take it up a notch, and that's what I wanted to do for my next film. So it's gonna be cool. It's a thriller.
Dope.
Yeah, so I'm excited.
And what about you, Jaeloni?
We have several projects working on right now. First of all, we have Pawns. The DVD is out. Y'all want to get one, just contact us. Hit me on Instagram, Facebook.
You can also get it on the website.
You can get it on the website. I looked up too. You just made me look up too.
Yes, I'm sorry.
You can get it on the website. We're working on 2 more movies right now. We're working on Karma, which is a movie how it shows you how one person's bad karma can affect everyone around you. We're also working on an action movie, One Way Out. And One Way Out, we're premiering that. We're shooting the premiere in April. I'm sorry. We're going to premiere that in April, and it's gonna be a great movie. So everything's gonna be good, man. And One Way Out is actually one of the EPs and the producers of that movie is my cousin Kendrick, and his wife. She opened up a film company called Vanity Perkins Film. So that's gonna be dope. Like, that movie's gonna be dope. I can't lie, it's an action movie from beginning to the end, man. It's gonna be dope.
Yeah.
Karma's gonna be dope.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope.
I'm ready.
You casting director for those too.
Oh yeah. I know.
You know
And so, if you guys are still interested, or you're interested in acting, you be sure to go to that Brothers Forever website. There's a link there for the casting director. Send me an email. Send me your headshot, your resume, and next time I do a casting call, I will reach out to you. Now, moving right along, I also wanted to remind everyone that we're on multiple platforms, both visually, and you can hear us. You can listen to us while you work, while you twerk, or whatever it is you're doing. We're on Google Play, Spotify, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Stitcher, YouTube, iTunes, iHeartRadio, and Google Podcasts. You can subscribe to us on YouTube. We're trying to get 1,000 subscribers, so be sure to do it. It's free. Also, I will be performing live with a live band at the Trez Art and Wine Bar on Tuesday, February 25th at 6:30 p.m., located at 920 Studimont, Suite 150, Houston, Texas, 77007. There I will be signing my book, Infinite Silhouettes. You can come and get your autographed copy from me. We can take our pics. Also, you can enjoy some poetry, live music. We'll also have Meet the Artist, where they'll have live art there, and you'll be able to meet the artists that actually painted those paintings. So come check me out. Hope to see you on Tuesday. Next Wednesday, we'll be back on live. We have more than a DJ. We have Go DJ, J Boss, The Breaker. We have Harvey Love and DJ Shantae. So tune in. Hope to see you there.